Alright, everything looks right here. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for the sub, Shabadoo. It is not the last day of the cube, but the second to last day of the cube. And tomorrow's Dragon Warrior Wednesday, which means we aren't streaming cube, which means today is the last day of the cube. Uh, so, due to that, we're gonna do cube. Anyway, thank you for the sub as well. I appreciate it, both of you. But yeah, so the Vintage Cube, yeah, ends 126. So 2 days. That's like 6 a.m. that day as well. Um, I don't believe there's anything directly replacing it because like Phyrexia comes out. Uh, not next week, but the week after. But the week, I don't know. No, actually, it's not even the week after. Phyrexia All V1 comes out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. It feels like an eternity. And the card strip, thank you very much for the sub. Specifically, they're doing the thing where like the paper set has to come out before the digital set, but the paper set isn't this weekend, it's next weekend. Even though we have full spoiler, not official full spoiler, but like somebody opened a box of the set and spoiled it full spoiler. Like, I think there's like 2 unknown cards total. Anyway. Yeah, so, Cube. Ricky? Cube. Alright, let us jump on in though. Phantom Draft League, Cube. What do I want to do with Cube? I don't know. 1 of 8. But yeah, so All V1 comes out like soon. I've got an inkling to play a red deck. I don't know. Give me a deck where I can cast a lightning bolt targeting an opponent. That'd be nice. Ugh, Hope you're all doing well. Great have y'all here. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Alright, we get to start with... We're already seeing it below to cut. Bitter Blossom, Pest Infestation, Ulamog, Nulamog, Renin 6? Renin 6 is an interesting opening pickup. Kark is also here. I'm more interested in Ren than I am Kark. Inferno Titan would be big red. The signets are Azorius and Golgari. I want to say... I'm interested in Ren, because if we can pick up, like, you know, fetches or strip mines, we can probably do 3 colors pretty easy. Yeah. Let's see where this leads. Okay. There's a Misty that actually is pretty high up on my wants if I'm with Ren, as it would fix for 1. Hero Blade Hold. Teferi 5 is hanging out here. Burst Lightning. Crop Rotation with Ren is also, like, more real. You can pick up the land you sack. Shark Typhoon. These are all, like, fine. Braids I don't think belongs in here. Abbott's a little more aggressive. Maybe it is aggressive enough for what we're doing here, but um, fetch land after Ren feels good. We'll have to keep an eye out on what like the third color might want to be if either Ren's a splash or because like playing Ren plus fetches means you can get away with like a super greedy mana base. So like stuff like Hero Elspeth coming back around or like Teferi coming back around, whatever comes back around in here, we have to keep an eye out. Titania work with Ren? Yeah, but Titania generally tables, so I'm not super in the need for picking up. Okay, so I could get Crucible or Life from the Loam in this pack, both of which are like Ren 2, the sequel to Ren. Um, Xander Lounge is a Triome. Savannah's a duel that's fetchable with Misty. Uh, Lounge is an island, so we could get it with Rainforest. It's not unfetchable. It would have to be. I don't. Well, you're not a. You are not like nobody knows what any of these are. Without by like, I'm gonna I'm gonna commit to land a bit. Field of the Dead is a really good land a bit card. Um, yeah, and then like Argoth can table. We'll get Argoth with Titania, and then we can be Hyperlands. That sound good? That sounds good to me. I like that. Get Titania, get Argoth, um, and then just go to town. Titania is quite good for gaining 2 life when a land goes to leaves play. I think is actually the. Yeah, Luris is here. Luris doesn't work with Crucible for deck, but Field of the Dead. So I want to find like a Golos. I want to find okay stuff like Lelia, Thragtusk. These are going to be fine cards for us. Lelia. Lelia, I really love as a card for being like this super aggressive, like Entomb can hit lands. Oh, yes. Now you're thinking. Um, I think like Thratos always seems too slow. Okay. I don't hate picking up a Raging Ravine. The white in here is starting to look reasonable as well. Raging Ravine gives us like more fixing named lands and aggressive creature lands. Um, I like that setup. Like we can attack with it if it dies or just pick it right back up. Coma's obviously game winning. A lot of game enders in here at the top. The Mortars might be worthwhile. Again, keeping an eye on white. But I want to pick up these lands a little early for me. Ooh, okay. This is a card that pays off well in like a red mana strategy. Karn is also something that'd be well worth picking up here. I wouldn't feel bad about that. This is Jeskai Triome. My kingdom for these to be named correctly. You know? Like if it just was named Esper Triome, right? Can we get like a set of them that are named like that? That'd be nice. I think this is between Fury and Karn in my mind. Sphinx is like okay, but I'm not really super into it. But like, well, it looks like red is kind of our base, and I like the idea of having something like this. Okay, interesting. I think Faithless Looting can pull some weight. Young Pyromancer could be nice, but we don't have anything to go with it right now. The good thing with looting is that like looting, discard some lands, play Ren, pick them up. You know, looting, discard some lands, Crucible, play them back. SoFi is here, Balance is here, Mother Runes is here. I need the white here is real. I might need to. Inferno Titan on the wheel, Omnath on the wheel. This is it, right? This is the final boss of Lands.deck. We just have to keep picking the fit, duels and fetches, duels and fetches. Sorry, Inferno Titan, you're good. Okay, Titania made it back around. I'm actually quite happy to have Titania. Again, whenever a land is put in your graveyard, gain 2 life. It turns your fetches into gaining life. And like is an okay body, like for this. Oh no, this is a Gruul card. Yeah, definitely. I think crop rotation might be like a little better, but I want to try to make this work. Wow. Damn. Feeling it. Alright, we'll be getting some nice white coming around the back. Fiery Islet. That fixes for blue. It also sacks to draw a card and we can replay it. So this is a land that goes to grave and we can play, and goes to grave and we can play. So Loran of the Third Path is a playable card that is a white Reclamation Sage with a couple other lines of text. I'm sorry, did we not get Titania's other half? Huh. Yeah, I know. Glorybringer and all that. Interesting. Somebody picked up Titania's other half. I'm still okay with the card because it gains life on sack and such. I think these might not be in the deck. We'll see. Depends on how white we end up being. I'm going to set them sort of aside here. Keep moving. Keep moving. All right. Okay. I feel like we're in a good pack 1 position. Scalding Tarn looking nice. Obviously, powerful cards exist in here. Eternal Witness, Elish Norn as a top end. All sorts of bits in here. But, like, fetches are kind of our bread and butter. We need a lot of them to make things work for Ren and Crucible. We're going to need some cards down here to go with Ren. So if I see bodies or, like, green ramp pieces that fit down there specifically, Wall of Roots, Sylvan Caryatid, or even the 1-drops are going to be things we want to kind of keep us rolling. But the fetch seems like kind of what we need to be doing. Sorry, Elish Norn. And E-Witness. E-Witness is also, like, really good. Bushwhack on the wheel wouldn't be too bad. Alright, we want to find a duel, like... Blue duels would be great, because both of our fetches touch blue duels. Misty Rainforest and Scalding Tarn. So if we can find something that's touchable by both of those, that'd be great. Spara's Headquarters is a triple duel. Garrick is a fine card. Like, just okay. Thirsty Adversary. I might just pick up this fetchable triple land. Also cycles. Having some cycling lands with Ren and 6 is not a bad idea. Picking all these lands like this early, like, gives me a little bit of, like, worry about the quality of the cards in our deck. But, like, we have things like Field of the Dead is something that's really good. I need to find, like Golos is a card I'm super looking for. We're not even fixing .deck as much as we are lands.deck. Almost every card we have in here does something with the lands. Which is good. Trop Island or... Okay. Escape to the Wilds. We could also pick up Utopia Sprawl if we wanted something like that, but I'm not super into that. I do not believe Tabernacle's in this cube. It's funny, we Escape plus Omnath is like was a standard deck. Fountain, this is pickable here. You're right. This would be a blue fetch. If I didn't just pick up Spar's Headquarters, I'd be more into it. Spar's Headquarters is similar to it. Sadly, Ravages of War plus Titania doesn't gain you 1,000,000 life. It only gains you like 2. Glen Alendra would be my other pick in that pack. Wreck Sage isn't bad. That's an effect we want to have in our deck. Shield Breaker's a similar effect to it. These are similar in cards in nature. I don't care for that Aurelia. No. It's weird. Wreck Sage versus Embereth Shield Breaker. Like there's only like about a half dozen cards that Wreck Sage hits that Shield Breaker doesn't. But iteration, how heavy we want to be in blue? That's a good question. I do like being in blue. I think white's gonna be the final color here. Primeval Titan. Windswept Heath. Primeval Titan, Windswept Heath. Primeval Titan seems too strong specifically to pass up. Like Field of the Dead plus any other land. Yeah. I think this is our big friend. Yeah. If I wasn't picking this here, I'd pick the Windswept Heath so that we had another fetch, but this is like such an integral card to like what we're doing. I feel like it's too powerful not to go with. Not a ton in here I'm interested in. Black kind of heavy, Grief being probably the best card in here. Well, Dig Through Time being the best card in here. The problem with Dig Through Time is I don't want to exile the Yard. I'm not interested in exiling the Yard. Am I interested in a Woodfall Primus? Is that too big? I feel 4 colors means I can't factory. Land tax, I'm not excited about. This is probably Primus that I'm not like super interested in it in the deck because we aren't ramping. We're just playing a land for turn at the moment. Explain how Lion's Eye Diamond works. You discard your hand and make 3 mana. You can't use that for a spell on the stack, but you can use it for like either flashbacking something, or you can play a tutor and then crack the Lion's Eye Diamond for 3 mana and then tutor the card. Usually that card you're tutoring is like something like Yawgmoth's Will, you know, something big like that. Kind of like Skoos. Like, Copperline Gorge is cool too, but like, I want stuff here. I need to be able to play the game down here. And Skoos is something down here. It's not great, but it's something. Bone Crusher. Jetmir's Garden actually looks really nice. So does Walking Ballista. Avenger's nice, but again, I'm like worried. I'm more worried about our early game than our late game. Let me put it that way. That's something I'm a little still like. I'm just worried about, like, you know. It sucks because this is a nice landfall card, but I want to be able to make sure all these cards work. Now that's a card and a half. If we made, God, how do I play the Elishnorn? Do I just accept it in the deck? Inspiring Vantage is the only other card in here I'd want. I guess Jar isn't bad, but like certainly a pick. Sunbaked Canyon versus Horizon Canopy. Interesting choice. We have fetches for everything. Like, our mana base is made to be, like, strong and, like... I'm gonna go with the green untapped source. Hmm. Yeah, kind of like Glenalendra. I don't care for Overgrown Tomb. It fetches for a color I don't care about. We aren't a Ravages deck. Me and Kieran's fine. Pelucris is fine, but Gruul 4s are, like, dumb. So, Shieldbreaker? Sure, this is another, like, disruptive piece. But yeah, so, like, we don't have much that would take advantage of LED. Adventure cards or something like that could. I don't really care, though. And Heartbeat's not getting in the deck, so... Okay. Still a little worried about, like, removal. Still a little worried about, the curve. Not as worried about, Incinerate below the cut. That's nice. Not as worried about just, like, having good cards here. Survival of the Fittest. Fractured Identity. If I want singularly powerful cards, Fractured Identity is pretty pickable. Survival's the other, like, choice there. This card's wild when you get to resolve it, though. It's effectively, like, you know, exile removal, and you get a copy of it, which makes it, like, unreasonable when you're hitting, you know, high-end threats. So, and our fixing seems to be pretty strong, so I'm not feeling bad about the white-blue requirements. White and blue are the tertiary colors, but the card's powerful enough still to be there. Strip Mine is something I'm still looking for. If we could set that up with the Crucible Ren and 6, I'd feel a little better. Hi, Mox Pearl. I guess you're the pick. Sorry, I have to pass up the rest of this, but Wall of Roots, Bribery, uh, Recruiter? Is Recruiter okay in here? Not really. Crisis. Double Blue is a little hard for Bribery. The card's really good. Wall of Roots is good, gets you down. But the obvious, there's not a choice here as part of the pick. White's Goose keeps Goose company. Wall of Roots would be very good. I'd be very happy to have that on the wheel. I don't know if we'd get it. So I think from here, a little bit more like, we have a piece of removal here. We have Fury. Let's get a couple more pieces of interaction. Some stuff to do low, and, like, maybe a little bit of ramp. And I'd call it good. Temple Garden is fine. Manatine and Winds aren't really what I'm looking for as far as removal goes. The Triome is black, blue, green. I'm always happy to have more lands for this deck. If we can get one more fetch, I'd be, like, happy at the end. Another Reliquary, Trop Island proper, Acidic Slime, Reliquary. Another Reliquary wouldn't be bad. Looks like I might have to include a couple extra red sources for this. Gilded Drake with the Parallax Wave we have, that is very good. I'd be going too heavy on the lands, but I'd like to have a better mana base before anything else. Tireless Tracker, Elvish Reclaimer, Minx, and Boo. Reliquary is another land fetcher. That was why it was the other thought in my mind. Alright, yeah. I think I can have another strong way to win the game. This card's wild, by the way. +1, making a 4/4 haste trample, and then like if it's answered, you get it back, and if it's not answered, you get like deal 4, draw 4. Like that seems pretty easy. I like a Signet. I like a Coalition Relic. Ramanop Excavator's like a backup. I kind of want stuff down here so that I can get rolling longer. Obviously Ketra Triome is everything but white. But I feel like we really do want the ability to get up to the top end spells, and having an on-color, double on-color Signet helps out there. The Relic would also be good too, but I'm looking for stuff on 2 specifically to ramp up. I'm a little worried about, like, specifically our early game. We don't have a lot down there. Plateau, Thundermaw, Razor Verge. Happy to get another red fixing. We just picked up that Boros Signet. This one's a little harder to fetch. It doesn't grab off Misty, but, like, that's fine. How are we doing on cards in the main? This is 14, 20. We need, like, 3 more cards. I might have pulled them from over here. Yeah, Yoga Hops is in here. Timeless Lotus, Phyrexian Revoking. This is a lot of not. Yeah, Lauren will probably make the deck. That's not a problem. I put the white over there because I wasn't certain that was in. Whisperwood Elemental, I'm like, is like one of the most like generic cards in the universe. I kind of care more about Revoker than I do this. Like, yeah, you make 2/2s, but like, my god, is it just kind of below the cut from what I want a card to do? Steel Seraph. Steel Seraph did work last in the cube I watched last night. Awake, we don't know Awake payoff. Ephemerate. We're not a terrible Ephemerate deck. Sure. None of these are super exciting. Opposition really isn't where we're headed. Bizarre Begged ad is not like. Am I able to deluge double blue? I'm not super into double blue, but like the card's really good. Yeah, I'm not in the double blue. Oh, neither Reliquary. I'll take you. Elvish Reclaimer searches land. No Golos. Lavender also does. I think this is a little bit more us. Alright. Let's see where this ends up. Yeah, I think Golos is like the missing card here. But that's okay. Yeah, well, the Titania bit was weird. We saw Titania and the land in pack 1. We got the Titania on the wheel, and then somebody took the land. Which, like, I guess they took it preemptively, thinking, like, oh, the Titania whole table, right? Alright, Math, Ren and 6, Minx, Fracture Identity, Fury, yeah, Faithless Looting. I don't like that we don't have ramp pieces in green. That bothers me a lot. We'll tighten. Like, yeah, we can constantly play lands, but, like, we can't as much constantly. Oh, thank goodness. It's like, what the hell? This is still only 3 cards for the main deck. Fleet Daredevil. Ephemerate might be fine. What's our creatures look like? This is good, 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 this is fine, this is fine. This is fine. It's like okay. Elish Norn. Yes, companioning Yorion is not impossible in here, and like can be strong. Your deck needs to be like quite consistent, like because making 60 cards means that you need to have like 36 of your 45 picks work. Is Yorion worth playing just as the final card in here? Sure, why not? All right, and then these are the lands. And then I just pull one of each basic. Is that seriously it? Easy. Alright. I'm worried about... I'm still worried about early game. You want that Mana Tithe just to be a jerk at the early game. If I want the Mana Tithe, what do I not want? Doc, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We finished drafting the deck. Now we're building 4-color lands. We started with Ren and 6, picked up Omnath, and then just picked up a ton of non-basics. We don't have like strip mine level payoffs, but we have some strong ones nonetheless. Yeah. Ephemerate might be being too cute. Alright. Alright, our mana base is wild. We're playing Million Duels. Shieldbreaker's cool. I already have 2 copies of it in Loran and Reclamation Sage. Maybe one's replaceable, but... because it's quicker on the front side. You know? Yeah, I guess if that's the case. We have Loran for dealing with. Okay, I want to say keep in Loran because Loran has more text, vigilance, and maybe the card draw. It's fine. Now, if we need to deal with enchantments, it's like Loran, Fractured Identity, counter it with Archmage. don't think we're playing the Woodfall Primus, but that's okay. Yeah, thank you very much for the raid, Doc, and welcome. We'll be starting up game 1 here shortly. Our deck is wild 4-color nonsense, with a focus on the land base itself, with Renin 6, Crucible Worlds, Omnath.
I do love some 4-color nonsense.
Yeah, the first pick was Ren. The second pick was
Oh, well, we're in there.
We're in.
I'll experience the deck how it goes as you play it.
This ain't it.
2 lands that does almost nothing.
If like one of these was a fetch, I'd be maybe tempted, but this ain't it.
Yes, you're okay. Here's something better. It's not amazing, but it's better.
I'd probably just throw a Karmic Guide back because I don't have anything to do with it. I'm more likely to be escaping.
You sure you don't want to play a 5-mana 2/2 flyer with Pro Black?
Maybe our opponent's black.
That you have to pay Echo for.
Who can say? But yeah, with the one of the tricks with Field of the Dead is that there are no duplicate lands in the deck.
Yep. You basically just grabbed every single land that wasn't black you could find, or
correct.
Gotcha.
We have 2 fetches. I think we had to bite at a third, but oh, okay. Plateau is a sign of aggression, so no 1 out of that is nice. Alright, we're missing blue off of this, but blue is only on 3 cards in the deck, so it's not a huge wash.
Mm-hmm.
To be missing. It's Omnath, it's Fractured Identity, and it's Glenelender Archmage. Okay. You know, like a young Pyromancer, maybe? Oh. Okay. Makes that escape a lot worse. Yeah, right. Renin 6 is a card that has shifted what is a like playable body in a number of formats. The reason I'm holding the Mox Pearl is that I think it's more likely it blows up before I get this 5th mana than it was that Thalia happens. Like, yeah, our opponent could, like, land Elite Spellguard, but A, that dies to Renin 6, and B, that hits Escape, not, the Mox. Prime time with Field of the Dead in play. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's a threat I can get behind. The hope here, as far as like what I want to be drawing, is I want to escape into a fetch land. What is the emblem that Renin 6 gives? Instant and sorceries gain Retrace, which is discard a land, pay its mana cost to cast it again. Not flashback it, like literally just recast it and put it in the grave. Okay.
Omnath at not quite playable. Need the blue, right?
Yeah, so this means this turn is escaping. We want to fetch here. All our fetches are...
Interesting.
Okay. Those are good cards.
Bit of a shame that there's no blue in there, but that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, prime time's coming out next turn anyway, right? So
Prime time is a likely play next turn. It's not a 100%.
you could
Because
draw a better 6.
like, well, or like I might want to play these escaped cards.
Right. Yeah, that too.
You know, Lelia is playable off of Unstep Thirst. Okay. So this is a very good draw spell. Draw 3, then 2, unless you discard a basic. They're showing 3 colors. So they might have, like, you know, for us, that'd be really hard. Only 4 basics, but that's okay. Field of the Dead is 7 or more. Okay. We have 5 currently. Oh, they discarded Vryn. Oh my god.
Okay, so they are
Oh my god, they're tribal 2/1s.
tribal mana taxing pikers, huh? All right, let's go.
Alright, tribal mana taxing pikers versus
Versus the ramp deck.
Red and
Well, not
6.
really the ramp deck. The landfall deck
Yeah.
and Ren and 6.
I'm sorry that 2/1s fought Ren and 6, but you can't win them all. You know, you just can't win them all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they drew a basic. Interesting. Are they like mana starved? Pia and
Pia
Kieran.
and Kieran. We get 2 flyers.
Yeah.
And Pia and Kieran, they also this is a siege game commander variant, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Second artifact, 2 damage.
Right. I've not seen Pia and Kieran in quite a while.
Okay.
Oh hey. You could.
I'll go like Lelia. See what Lelia exiles. Omnath.
Mm-hmm. Omnath and Primetime together is a pretty wild duo. Because, like, yeah, you next turn with Omnath, you play Primetime, you get up to 3 of the triggers off of Omnath, and that's real easy.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna think on this one.
The activation on those 2 is 3, right? So they even on next turn
Yes.
they wouldn't be able to like burn Omnath down with
That is
just
correct. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking too much for the long game. I'm gonna do it though.
It is very funny to me that the thing that set this Omnath off as being really, really good is truly just the fact that in addition to everything else it does, it says draw a card when it ETBs.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that this Omnath cycles is the thing that makes it truly unreasonable.
Even if you kill it, you're 0 for 1, you know.
Yep. And since it's land ETB triggers too, it's like it's really, really difficult to prevent those from happening.
Okay. So this is me making most use of my
Of your resources,
my
yeah.
exiled cards. Next turn I can play out Elish Norn and just wipe.
It's difficult to beat just playing at Elishnorn,
Yeah.
as is historically the case.
Weird.
One of the most impactful upon and being on the board creatures of all time.
We also have, like, as I just did with Faithless Looting, I turned Faithless Looting into a draw spell by discarding the land and then picking it up with Ren. So, like, I could have played Omnath last turn and then Primetime this next one, but then my hand would be, like, one unknown card. Whereas here I have Gas for the next 4 turns. Plus Field of the Dead will be active any turn past this one. Excuse eating anything from your library and your graveyard. So yes, I can Scooze a creature from my opponent's yard to get a counter on Scooze. I can Scooze a creature from my own to put a counter on both. Obviously, with a deck in blue, I want to hold up the Scooze for, like, I'm always afraid of like a Snapcaster wild nonsense, but we'll see. Our opponent has to take some time to think about how the hell to deal with the board. If they can threaten my
I hope they play more
Scooze.
tutus.
I'd love it if you, like, Siege Ganged.
Yeah, Siege Gang would be ideal, I feel like. Play out, all right, I'm going to be able to burn down anything that they play next turn. I'll be invincible.
Yeah.
And then...
They're taking their time. I think the major inflection point of this turn is, are they going to try and kill Ren in 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's mentioned in the chat as well, is, like, do they go for Ren in 6? Do they go for some other part of my board? Do they just try to build? Do they, like, they've got a decent chunk of mana, but, like, probably not enough for, like, double real spell. Probably like one thing plus maybe a reactive element.
They'd also have to post combat to kill Ren 6, right?
Yes.
Because they'd have to swing in with both of the Thopters for. Oh, Rabble Master.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Cool. Love that stuff. That's amazing.
Cool.
And you've got a free block on the.
When I said Siege Gang, this is like a Siege Gang.
This was maybe not as impactful as Siege Gang, but close to it in its standard, right? So
this card was quite powerful in its world.
Yeah. I'm completely
Yep.
It was a real good ass goblin.
Yep.
Ren 6 gets to survive here because they didn't swing in with everything.
Yeah, well, they couldn't have killed because I would have blocked Pete and Kieran and pumped.
Well, if everything was sent at Ren 6, they would have been able to, because if you would, you killed P and Kieran, then they just would have done 4 damage anyway, right?
1, 2, 3. This does not.
Oh, I thought Realm Master gave power. It gives haste. Okay.
It gets its own power.
Right, Rabble Master gets the power. Okay.
Yeah,
my
like
bad.
there's a couple variants on Rabble Master these days. So okay, main 2, we're doing something. I want my opponents. Obviously, I'd like them tapped out if possible, so that we're not, like, in a world where an Elish Norn gets hit by a mana leak. We're not getting hit by excuse me. We're not getting hit by Mana Tithe, that's for sure. I can avoid that one by play. Okay, cool. Smart. So I can exile 1 card to pump, but not anymore. So you got it, boss. All right. Anyway,
They're gonna feel real, they're gonna
nice
feel
knowing you.
the disheartenation that happens when, okay, my entire team has 2 toughness and you just played Elish Norn. Okay, thanks.
Yep. Oh, that's actually a perfect draw here. Because one of the biggest worries with playing out Elish Norn would be it
Spot
getting
removal or a counter.
even worse, theft.
Oh, right, good point. Yeah.
The worst
Red.
possible thing that could happen would be like treachery, you know?
Mm-hmm. This is Vintage Cube. That can actually happen. One of the main differences between this and the new Elish Norn, is the fact that when this one hits the table, it is one of the most immediate concede reactions that you can get. It's the like, oh yeah, you get punched in the face because this card got played. The other one, you need to really like, the buildup has to happen from the other one. Once that one hits the table, it's like, okay, that's a bit rough, but it's going to be a removal magnet, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, although it does turn off ETB removal entirely.
Yeah.
So
also,
it's mildly resistant.
The body being the same but 2 mana down is
yeah, no, that's a lot too. Obviously,
hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I am very amazed that the commander council who were working on it saw that card and were really into it, and then the moment that the card is about to come out, it's like, maybe we shouldn't have. We need to talk about possibly banning the card preemptively, because obviously it's going to be disproportionately powerful in commander.
That's stupid.
I know.
That's the worst take I've ever heard. And the commander council, like, I can't believe they think a mono white card can be overpowered in commander. I'm very sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all, I know that white has had like a major improvement over the last couple of years, but it ain't top dog. This hand's kind of boring.
They didn't, from what I understand.
They
but
did.
There was talking about it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Turn 1 Plains and Mox Ruby is scary.
Okay, no Thalia.
I feel like the single scariest thing that could happen from this would be Lightning Helix to your face. Because that implies next turn you're just fucking dead, basically.
I am worried about the speed that this implies, though, because like a turn 2 Rabble Master is something I don't really have good answers to. That's fine. Okay. My hand's mostly creatures right now.
Yeah, your deck is mostly creatures and lands, right? So
right, let's get I quite like that they're willing to push the Praetors to still be strong cards. One of the things that Magic has had I don't know if I call it a problem, but I'll call it a problem. A running issue with, as far as like cycles go, is that there's this tendency to be like, okay, here's the original cycle. Everyone loves it. It's cool. It's fun. It's something that people really have a lot of nostalgia for. Still gets played the whole bit. And then
the second cycle happens to call back for those.
And then the callback happens and they're garbage. They're crap. They're just not good. And this happens a lot.
Yeah, like they've gotten better about it to an extent.
You say that, and then Brothers War has some of the like least constructed playable commands in existence.
Yes, but
not even like Cygnus versus Cluestones, but like original creature lands. So like Celestial Colonnade versus second run of them, which is just some of the worst creature lands you could have, and they're still playable because they are lands that turn into creatures. But wow, this is now the reliquary is our next turn, and it's a 3/3.
Titania's win the game command is primarily win the game in limited.
Has anyone ever cast that in a game of Constructed?
Because that's the thing. The thing
A
about the
six
original
mana
command is
sorcery
that
that needs you to have a board? Like, who's playing that?
the only one of the commands that didn't find much play in Constructed was the red one of the original ones.
Yeah.
All the other ones did, and they were all stars, actually.
Yeah. Alright. As mentioned, I'm a little worried about our positioning here.
Yeah, commands are a thing that they just do now, but also, like, it applies to more than just the original monocolor commands, because also a lot of the a lot of the later, multicolor commands, the first time that they do them, they're also tend to be really good. Like,
Yeah.
and then
And this isn't just like commands aren't the only the reason I thought about this is that like the fact that the second run of the Praetors are like also very strong, like
they're very strong, and
is
at least a couple of cases, actually, maybe not necessarily stronger, but more generally useful.
yeah, like the two Vorinclexes aren't comparable, but like Vorinclex
But second
6
Vorinclex is more frequently usable, I want to say.
yeah, being a 6 drop with haste rather than an 8 that needs you to be playing EDH. No, not
and like New Gen Gataxis is actually playable because it doesn't cost 10 mana.
Yeah. Because like the only of the old Praetors that I don't think saw constructed play would have been like either Vorinclex and a little bit of Urbrask. But Vorinclex is like also one of those EDH or EDHs. You know, it's a card that'll piss everyone off, but it's also very powerful.
It'll rightly piss everyone off because that effect is miserable.
Yes.
Truly miserable. Urbrask is the only one of them that's like completely fair in its own sort of way. Obviously, all of them are inherently unfair, but you know what I mean. Like, is the one that's least frustrating to play with.
Okay.
Is Immortal killing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not an XX, so Karmic Guide can pick them up, but
yeah, the problem is getting to 5 required having the Knight in play.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I was worried about. Like I mentioned, Curve is something I was worried about, but we don't have a ton
any real answer to.
Yeah, right? I might want to put back in, looking at this setup, the like Reclamation Sage. You know, being able to knock out Fable before it goes off, or even just hitting the Mox.
Yeah, even just hitting a Mox is powerful. Rex Sage is really good.
Ooh, and this is half a Mole Drifter. Because it is not... It's discard 2, then draw 2, not dependent on having discarded 2 cards. Okay, our opponent's a lot more aggressive than...
That first game was probably just them having a really bad start then.
Interesting.
Skoos is nice. Skoos can help stem bleeding.
Yeah. They're not as fast as, like, they're not, like, super aggressive. Like, you know, their line was a 3-drop, a 3-drop, a 3-drop. They just had a Mox to be able to push that. And I feel like we can stem the bleeding here. Because, like, I'm going to be able to Karmic Guide back Knight.
And they have... Is that a creature? Is the blue one a creature in their grave?
Yeah, this is a Luterial Core that is a little better.
So you actually can also get up to 4 on the Skoos. So that's an excellent blocker as well.
Yep. You know, kill the Goblin Shaman token. Or the Seasoned Pyromancer, one of the two in combat. 5. What do we got here?
On the other hand, if they just play something that's like deal...
If they have just a piece of removal, we're in a pretty bad spot. If we can survive next turn, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually get Elish Norn on 6, not 7. Oh, that's good.
If they're gonna hold back, that's amazing. Yeah.
Because okay, so the trick is again, we get Elish Norn on 6 because of the way Knight can sack a tapped land and bring a land in untapped.
Yeah.
So
They're you put the fear of God in them.
maybe they're thinking a lot on this. I'm quite happy about like anything that has our opponent holding back just a little bit here.
Yeah, if they're holding back anything, that's good. Could be
Okay.
better if they were holding back more, but that's the fact that they held back this season Pyromancer matters.
Yeah, they can't put the Pyromancer in combat because I would eat it.
Yeah. But also it would have dealt 2 more damage to you. So it kind of implies that they can't immediately kill you off of if they hit you with everything, you know? So you have a little bit of extra time.
Yeah. It also is nice that like the Scoos is probably the card that's more of like a target. Um, because I want the Knight to be innocuous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one scary thing is that we give them 1 turn of Kiki.
Yeah, that can be nasty. Bane's Lair. Spooky.
With a turn of Kiki, huh?
Yeah, that by itself does it because you like
Uh,
entirely on the ground. You're flat out
I'll
in
have
the
I'll
air
have a
unless
flying
you eat.
blocker.
Okay, fair point. You'll have a flying blocker for one of them.
And then once we play the Elvish Norm, they'll only have one of them.
Right, and they'll have a 3/3 flying first strike life link.
Yeah.
Figure.
Terrifying final card.
Yeah,
They can also
because
copy Seasoned
that
Pyromancer as a
goes.
draw too.
I mean, figure can just go completely up to maximum size, right? Like even if they did activate the Kiki.
No, because it's 1/3/6.
Oh, 136. Okay, I thought it was 135. And even
So
then, actually, I think 135 wouldn't have done it either.
Ren would have been something earlier. All right, let's get down the Karmic Guide.
So you are also going to need to have at least 3 life at the end of this turn,
That's tough.
because otherwise your lands that hurt you to tap
Mm-hmm.
will kill you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have an issue with those. Okay. Figure can't really attack on the ground because there's a Scoos. Hmm. Now, okay, again, they can draw cards off Pyromancer if they draw like a land there, they can just go like land, slam, and then draw 2. Um, if they want to just push damage, they can copy Baneslayer, hit me to 5 with an all out. That all out's bad. No, 6. And the all out's pretty like you lose a lot in that. You lose figure, you lose Seasoned Pyromancer, and you don't even get anything for it. I mean, you get my life total, but so it's like worrisome to push that hard. Um, if I can live long enough, I can gum up the ground with like Field of the Dead tokens. If we can stick around in this game.
Especially if Elish Norn is still around, because feel that tokens become huge at that point.
But the problem in that world becomes like, how do I not die to Baneslayer Angel?
That too, yeah.
All right.
Yep, understandable.
Yep. A removal spell on Karmic Guide is enough to kill me here, too.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's not where you normally spend removal, but it would work. Okay. I think we're going too low to be able to live in this situation.
Because you're taking... Okay. Those are...
We're taking 7. The problem is, like, I'll be able to Elish Norn, but I'll die to the Baneslayer.
Right.
Make the blocks we have to. We take 7 in the air. All right. Yep. Maybe if we draw Fractured Identity instead. If we draw an untapped non-pain, we go to 3 casting Elish Norn, which still kills us.
Yeah. Because it'd be a 3/3 still
It'll be
in
a
the air.
3/3 in the air. I don't think there's any out here.
I don't think so. Guess, like, they already know you have the Elish Norn, so playing it here doesn't change anything, right? But at the same time, it's like... It gives them the opportunity to play more cards.
I'm just taking a look at here what the lines are.
Okay.
Fury is a card we really like in here. Yeah, so this is why we die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If this wasn't a flyer, you would have had a solid grip on this game from this point on. But
yeah, let's take a look. Is there anything in here that's like, I might be on the Parallax Wave? And I'm thinking Rex Sage also is maybe better than Revoker. We haven't seen it. Anything Revoker wants other than us. I guess they have, obviously Mox. Maybe that's fun. Oh, those are similar. It's just one's more permanent than the other. All right. I'll be right back.
mm-hmm. Ooh, Scrap Heap Scrounger. Feel like last pick Yorion Sky Nomad happens all the time in these cubes. It's always a possibility of it being an acceptable choice, but pretty rough. What's the game plan? This is a landfall deck, primarily. Messing around with lands in and out of graveyards, sacking lands, creating a creature with that gets giant. Omnath, Locus of Creation in here to get the triple land draw stuff. Titania's in here. It's a very land focused deck. With just some other, good stuff in here. It's 4-color landfall primarily.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, that's what we definitely. We could care less about Archmage in this. There's not a lot that shuts out.
It's a flyer.
It's double. It's a double blocking flyer.
Yeah. So.
All right, let's.
Having access to a flyer in a deck like this isn't unreasonable. Embereth Shieldbreaker.
Embereth Shieldbreaker.
Goodness, I love that technically vanilla card.
Mm-hmm.
The technically vanilla piker. Oh god, that Loran is so good.
Yeah, I'm here on this hand because we have a Loran plus Skoos. And
Loran, Skoos, and Shieldbreaker all together is pretty good.
Yeah, obviously we need to draw some red here, but one red is all we need to make this on. Escape is really good to keep us pressure. Keep us drawing gas, not pressure, but
yeah. From what I saw, you have a lot. Okay, pretty.
Can I draw that red?
I would like you to draw the red right now.
Okay, onto Vanguard.
Okay.
I don't hate that.
Vanguard attacks as a 3/1?
Yes, and pay 4 life to make it indestructible.
Gotcha.
Yeah, damn, this is... Okay. This is annoying just because, it's always, seeing the aggro deck with a mana accelerant is always powerful.
Yeah.
They're luckily not making use of it to be, turn 2 Rabble Master, so we're not in, the worst world, but... And we can answer
Best case scenario, I think, is if... The situation that they ended up in was, that they kept this hand because they saw mana and ruby, and it's full of 1 and 2 drops, because that means that you can actually possibly stem that bleeding in the end.
Yeah.
The advantage of Loran's tap ability, by the way, for folks who do not put 2 and 2 together, that while technically equal, that is possible to activate on your opponent's end step, and therefore you actually benefit from drawing the card first.
Yeah. Or even just, if I need to make my land drop here, I can force it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do, by the way. I'm pretty heavily in need of my land drop here, so I'm not going to be getting into combat right now.
Parallax Wave would be a pretty solid play.
It would get us time, and that's something we desperately are in need of. We need to just be able to...
If they tap out too, you can also use it to get rid of the clue token if you have to, because that means that they don't draw a card off of it.
Creature.
Never mind. This is not...
Yes.
Genuinely have always thought the Parallax Waves was creature, artifact, or enchantment.
Nope.
Obviously not permanent, but those 3.
Yeah, no, it's just... Okay.
Okay.
Alright. I think I'm just putting down Parallax Wave here. God, our mana base is harmful to our health.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
It's primary noticeable here because you're up against a Boros deck. Primarily Boros deck. They do have a couple of blue cards.
I'm gonna be doing this anyway.
Yeah, and that just gets rid of that token permanently
Yeah.
anyway, so it's solid.
The major debate is going to be end step Loran or not.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what they have to, like, how much they're cycling here. These cards are fine, huh? Okay.
Did they not discard at all?
Yeah, they chose these cards are fine.
Cool. Scary.
So I'm getting rid of Adonta Vanguard here. I know it lowers our clock, but we do need to... the biggest thing we need right now is just turns.
Right.
I'd love to draw Omnath, for instance.
I've seen a lot of Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and I almost never see anyone not just go for at least one on the second part of it. Parallax Wave is such a cool card.
It really is. It's a really nice piece of, like, removal.
It's a super cool piece of removal. Hey, hold up. That's excellent, actually.
That lets me just kill the Fable and then save the Parallax Wave counter.
Yeah. Brendan Six's ping is shockingly useful.
Yep.
For being the lowest impact possible form of direct damage, and yet, just because of it being a 2-mana walker, it's shockingly good.
Okay.
No, shocking is good. That is 2. How dare you?
Yeah. You just killed the Fable. Okay.
Yeah, you can just Shield Breaker to do that later.
Well, I can repeat kill the clue token at the beginning of next turn.
Mm-hmm. As someone who's never had the opportunity to play with or against Ren and 6, these games are giving you a striking impression of why the card was impactful. Yeah, it being a powerful 2-mana walker is a scary thing, it turns out. Like, it's so versatile, despite having 3 relatively despite having 2 relatively specific effects it has, it's still very versatile and very good at doing what it does. They kept their cards, but they haven't been playing shit. So their hand is gas, but they're not drawing the lands they need.
Yeah. I'm not. There's no reason to rebound here.
Okay, that's a red source that doesn't kill you.
Yeah. I'm thinking play Glen Elendra. Leave it up.
As a flyer with
with a counter up.
Down for that. Mm-hmm.
I pay 2 life for it, but it blocks burn, so I'm not in.
Yep.
All right. Boy howdy.
your mana base is so painful. I'm assuming those are your only 2 pain lands that you have. Would you call those pain lands? What are these? What would these be called?
Yeah, they're like pains. There's sort of pain lands.
Mm-hmm. Agony lands because there's no alternative. You can't not pay the life.
Like they just get called canopies because they're Horizon Canopy, but
Mm-hmm.
okay. Again, the thing I want here is that if we just find Omnath, we
Oh yeah, you find Momlath, your blood gets back sucked back up into your body. You
yeah.
have no problems at all from that point on.
Y'all.
Delicious.
All right, Parallax Wave still has one counter left if we need to interrupt something weird on our turn, on its turn here. Walkie B2?
Lucky B.
Sometimes when you know, you know.
Mm-hmm. So that's Shieldbreaker actually takes that out. So
Yeah.
obviously they have access to now their pings, but
Okay.
come on, Omnath, Locus of Creation.
Waving Loran isn't worth it because they just ping Loran in response. Well,
Oh.
oh my God, they have
Oh,
six.
they missed the trigger.
They have six.
Because they're down to 1 minute and 47 seconds. Yeah. That makes sense. Oof, that is a painful F6. The Knight of the Reliquary is sacrifice a land and then you can grab a forest or plains.
Sacrifice of Forest Plains, grab any land.
Okay, the other way around. Got it.
You know.
Tragically, that means you can't get rid of your canopies. Is the idea.
So Parallax Wave will die on my upkeep. They'll get Adonto Vanguard back. But I'm not super scared of Adonto Vanguard.
Especially because Knight is going to become a 4/4 pretty quickly, right? So
yeah. I can make it a okay, Student Warfare, sure.
Student Warfare. All right. They're upgrading Student Warfare is not a fast process though, so
yeah, especially like 2-color. If I didn't have Glen Alundra, I'd feel so like scared of this current position.
mm-hmm. There was like a half-second consideration of getting rid of Glen Alundra.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Titanic gains life.
Holy shit.
Yep. That's some good shit right there. Yep. There we go. Oh. If you grab the fetch land from your grave, right? Yeah. And you have Glen Alundra, so even sudden bolt in response after having paid life will not kill you.
Yes. All right.
Because that would be the spiciest possible timing on that.
Mm-hmm. So I want Basic Island here. Um, and then I think I just want.
A piker. The thing is, well, I do think that you could, you're actually about to stabilize and probably have a decent chance of like pulling back this game from actually playing it out. You're gonna win off of time. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
that's sad to me because I feel like we're in a really good position to play a full game here.
Yeah, I know. It's it always sucks, but
I am so happy that Titania here is the. Okay, there's the resto.
Resto
So
targets.
this was the most telegraphed in the world because they did not level up the student, and they're
Yeah.
playing it into Lenlendra. So
Hmm.
this is like hyper telegraphed, and they're gonna get a Draven Inspector.
Yeah. Get their clue back.
Yep. So I can gain 4 life and instant speed. And by the way, it's land from anywhere, right? Yeah, so like if I like Faithless
Yeah,
Looting,
that's
discard some land.
this is one of the not common attacks, but this is like supporting the existence of both from grave and also like from battlefield and milling and things like that.
Correct.
Discard, mill, whatever. They don't mind.
All right. Yeah.
That 8 seconds left.
So sadly we win this one. Like I mentioned, I'm kind of sad we win this one by time. Obviously, like we get there, but like like the fact that we get to turn the corner with like Titania of all cards.
Yeah, it's you. I could foresee like an exciting back and forth game from this point on, right?
Right.
And
Like we finally get to use Escape to get up. Like right now we have like no cards, but Escape all of a sudden gives us all of a sudden, bam, draw 5, and like Ren is actually like closing in on an emblem. I don't even know if we
like,
do anything with that.
this would have been a fun game, but your opponent is unfortunate. They just played a little bit slow
Yeah.
for reasonably because they really fought to they thought pretty hard in game 2 and had some pretty solid plays because of it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, a Ren grabbing like a Triome and then cycling the Triome and like gaining 2 life off cycling a Triome. And I picked Titania for a reason. It is a way to. It's a piece of this deck that like you don't think is necessary until you have a game like that. Like, yes, we
gaining life is the most worthless thing in the world up until the point where it's completely necessary.
Right, and as a secondary bit, like
Yeah.
it's great. That's why like you don't want to be playing a life gain card. You want to be playing a good card with life gain added. And I don't know if I'd call Titania a good card in Vinter Cube on its stat line. It's like we're obviously pushing like power level to be including.
It's a 3-mana 3/4 with reach.
Yeah,
It's
the fun
like,
thing.
it's fine.
The fun thing about that turn, by the way, they went Resto Angel, and they didn't combat. They conceded because Secret Reach means their Resto Angel can't actually
Yep.
attack. It does no profitable attack.
It's they got you to the brink. You came back out of the brink, and how it works out.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that the missing piece in this deck is like a little bit of fast mana to back it up.
Mm-hmm. Your one Mox, if it ever showed up, would be kind of nice. If it ever showed up in like a matter that actually mattered instead of the time when you had it in a hand that had like only a 5-drop spell.
$41 special on the opponent. Yep. We've got Ren,
Sometimes
which is always nice.
When you're playing the 41 special, you can't actually figure out a way to cut that last card that actually in a way that improves your deck. It happens. I play the 41 card special too much.
Yeah, let's just get Scoos down, I suppose. I can play that as far as headquarters, but like
with Ren and 6 in hand, having the option to cycle it is actually a good
Yeah.
thing, you know?
Yeah. I'm interested in playing it because it's a white source for the fractured identity, and that's going to be reasonably powerful.
But it gives you the option to possibly draw a different white source instead. Behold my scavenging ooze
Grizzly, bear. Yeah, I'll just... Why not? The best thing that Ren and 6 actually answers right now, well, it does a decent job against Vendilion Click and Elite Spellbinder, and it actually pressures to Fury 3 enough here. Like, they could, bounce my Scoos and then have a 1 loyalty walker. So... Alright, third color has appeared.
Esper. Esper pass on 3. So that's... They didn't do anything like countering on 2 or anything like that. They didn't miscalc you or...
Yeah.
I have no idea what their plan is, if any.
A removal spell here? Like, are we gonna see Scoos finally die?
Spell Queller.
I guess.
It's a way to kill Scoos, yeah.
This is a 1-for-1.
See, again, Ren and 6 -1 is shockingly impactful.
Gets the job done. Alright. Yeah!
Evoked.
Mole Drifter!
Mole Drifter, yeah. Given you're playing Karma Cad,
Yeah.
Mole Drifter would have been an amazing include.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna, like, escape here. I was like, fracture. Sweet, okay. You have Mana Tithe? Or... Force?
Force.
Okay.
Okay, so they are playing an Esper control deck. I think they just didn't draw their early counters.
Yeah. Cool thing we have is, like, I guess I can just start going hog with Raging Ravine. And, like, what are they gonna do? Kill it?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Blade Splicer.
Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
We discard the lands. Because they're
you need
free.
to just go pick one up and then play Fury.
Yeah. We have to pick up a red source. Because Fury here is their board.
Yep. 4 damage divided among any targets.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures or planeswalkers. Okay.
Yeah, creatures and planeswalkers. This card is wild, by the way.
Yeah, this card kicks ass.
Like FTK, like wildly
double striker?
powerful FTK that also has an alt cost. Alt
Yeah.
cast. All right, do they have like Nope. Okay. No ephemerate. That's good. But then,
Very few cards on one that could have done anything significant there.
yeah, ephemerate's something I expect out of an opponent like this. Elk Queller, Moldrifter,
Oh, yeah.
and Blades Place are all like. Oh, I can cast.
Gilded
You
Drake.
All right. So you're stealing Fury. That's fine. These things happen.
Fractured Identity Fury.
I want to draw
Taking
a
it
land,
back.
please. I want to draw an untapped white source. Shit.
It's technically an untapped white source. You did say it.
Yeah. Because I just want to, I can cast Elishnorn here is the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Plays in the Art is the untapped white source, but I wanted to be able to minus Ren to kill Fury once it hits once Elishnorn's in play.
It is just a 1/1 at that point.
Right, but
it
I'm
isn't
assuming there's
alive,
like
but...
I'm assuming there's like an 80% chance that Elishnorn dies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's annoying,
Yeah.
but I'm still probably on the play.
Just love the way that, you know, your monkey's paw of speaking.
I knew it, yeah, right.
Betrayed you.
Mm-hmm.
Burrow Signet, an untapped white source that doesn't do it.
Miscalc.
Okay, miscalc. All right. I actually overlooked that they had 2 lands up.
Yeah. We'll hang back.
This guy offered you this. Look at this cool Drake. It's so rad.
I know.
It's got like cool gold scales on it. You have to own this guy. I'll exchange it for the elemental incarnation of hatred, of anger.
Wow.
One basic left.
Basics there. Okay, so they get Ren. These things happen. I want a second play after this, but they're not going to give it.
Okay. The most mana that they would ask you to pay for it would be 3, so you don't need to play that Mox.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want to go with Faithless Looting here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like this hand is kind of junk, and I can still activate Raging Ravine. Ooh, okay.
Well, Mox Pearl's not a land. It's junk. Who cares?
Yeah.
Moxen, get this shit out of here.
This is probably a play Omnath turn. Yeah, whatever. If they have a counterspell, they have a counterspell. Sweet. No, no, no! No, I don't have basic left in the deck.
You're about to get embarrassed by
I'm
this.
About to get I'm about to get incredibly embarrassed.
Oh god, I'm just imagining this happening in paper, and like they target, you know, and like you say like, hey, I'm not even gonna look, man. I failed to find. You failed to find a basic? You only have 4 on the board. Yeah. Listen, when more than when like half of your picks in the cube were all lands, you know, suddenly you feel a little bit off about having done it.
So anyway, what we're doing now is we're killing Fury and then killing Gideon with Fury. It's gonna be great.
You could also revoke or activate choose Gideon. But like, what's the? I guess you'd be killing like.
Or like.
They're tapped out. Their shields are down.
Maybe.
You don't necessarily have to, it's thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Wow.
Force of Will.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Force of Will.
That's not how I expected this to go wrong.
Yeah, that's Force of Will. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't try to go for Gideon because that would have backfired horribly. All right. I have Titania and play go. If you have removal, I die on the spot. Because they get a 5/5 here. Yeah, we revoke Gideon is what the next line. Okay, I'll take 5. They've yet to draw
Never assume
land.
that they're due to draw lands,
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wait.
Hold on.
All that's left in their grave because they got the path. Okay. All right. Well.
Piker.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Gideon. Avatar Gideon.
Don't make that mistake.
Okay.
MTGO has enforced Borborygmos rules.
A way of killing it. Yeah, our opponent bull drifted on 3, played the 4th land, and then never did anything else. Alright. This is our way of, like,
Yeah, you're gaining 2 back for doing. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Lanalendra Archmage is pretty solid to see. That's nice anti-counter.
Yep.
Counter. That Glenalendra Archmage kicks ass because she enforces Disgaea counter wars.
Oh, like it ends the counter. Oh, they found a 5th land. Oh my god. Alright.
Five mana is the scariest mana to see.
Alright, I'm gonna probably stop doing this after a little while, but like.
Prime time, huh?
That's a card I want to resolve.
You are incredibly close to. You may. Okay. Prime time says May.
You might wonder why I'm playing that. actually, oh, I don't have an untapped blue in the deck. Maybe that was incorrect. Never mind. I should have held that. Hello.
Field of the Dead, right.
Uh-huh.
You have Karmic Guide still in the deck as well, right?
Yes.
So that means that Karmic Guide pulling out Elish Norn is always a possibility.
Correct. But no, the Scalding Tarn should have been the Islet from Grave. That was incorrect.
Yeah, I see, because you want to be able to double activate.
Yes, this is to threaten. This threatens a double activation, but it's a false double activation.
Yeah, it's bluffing.
I don't like that.
Mystic Confluence. Okay. Oh, but here's the thing. I think they know you're bluffing because of your fail to find with the Path to Exile. Of course, you can't interact with that anyway, but
Okay. You got it, boss.
yeah, like there's absolutely no fear here because they know you can't grab a blue.
Yeah.
Well, you could theoretically grab a non-basic blue source,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean, right? Like it's unlikely. I'm pretty sure that they can tell because of the
Anyway, I'm just gonna.
it doesn't do anything because of yeah.
And then we're gonna.
And that would mean that even if they do, kill the Revoker at this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then this is going to make another 2 zombies and... Field of the Dead.
I love Wasteland on Field of the Dead. That one's very funny.
Hey, normally, completely legit. Also, you have Crucible of Worlds out in the field. A little bit less reasonable. All right, so they're very close to dead. Are they just flat out dead next turn?
I think the other cool thing I get next turn is that I get to this Mystic Confluence that for some reason has like wrong text in the grave. I can steal.
Oh right, yeah. Direfully Daredevil, kind of like inverse Snapcaster.
Yes.
I do like them doing things like that. Specifically with blue and red. When red gets the inverse versions of blue cards, I always enjoy it, honestly. Sometimes they're bad. Not gonna deny that. But like
they like snap like God. I took an action, they're like, oh, wait a minute. And then like, what? Hold on, I didn't mean it. Okay, now they're V-click. Sure. Loon, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We're in the middle of creating many zombies. Okay. So, I think that our opponent was playing out of their mind.
yeah.
That was... But, like, what really killed them is like this is inherent 2-for-1,
Mhm.
inherent 3-for-1. Like they ended up having to do that a little bit too much. Like if they actually had 5 mana to cast Solitude, that would have been a way different world. So
Yeah, they were stuck on 4 for a while, and that actually did hurt them. Th- they were doing extremely good plays. They were doing like the other thing too, of course, is in the long run, when your deck is full of counter spells and whatnot, when you get triggers off of playing lands, that's kind of hard to beat.
right,
You know?
we have the long game in that instance. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just roll what we have here.
That's one of the huge advantage of land-based decks is like there's not really that many decks that actually can deal with people playing lands as a thing.
Well,
This hand sucks.
you're saying about that part where we play lands.
Yeah, you kind of do need those. Oh,
This is fine.
yeah. Okay, now I've double looked at it. Now I see it. Yep.
I'm putting Knight back.
Hmm.
Like I could put back Elish.
I completely understand not wanting to bottom Elish Norn, even if she's gonna be very. It's gonna take a while.
Okay, well, let me. I guess I should admit.
I see Elish Norn in my hand, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to play this.
Really happy to have like all these cards here.
And we have an on that like in hand
Sure.
shuffle effect. Okay.
Whatever you want, bud.
Doesn't bother us too much. A little annoying because that was 3 colors, but
I just have to grab green off Scalding Tarn here is all.
mhm.
Also puts them behind too. Like it's not like they're on 3 mana this turn. Ooh.
Hello Minsk and also Boo.
That's an on 3 play too.
Mm-hmm.
Might not be my 3. I probably want to test the waters with something a little less immediate, like. This is a 4/4.
Yep.
This is a threat that's asking for an answer, so.
There's 3 lands in the grave.
I'm doing this here as the play because like we're opponent who has done nothing must have a hand of interactive elements, and I would rather bait them out.
They would not have kept a land of like
Fuck.
7. Yeah, okay. Yep,
Okay,
there we go.
never mind.
Scary.
Alright.
Ancestral Recall.
You know how like one of the things that we got our opponent in the last game with was the fact that like we ran them out of
They were putting themselves
cards
into they were putting themselves into card disadvantage. Well,
all right, sure.
okay.
Sorcery Fencer, huh? I guess they don't want us having.
You risk Archmage? Yeah, I figured.
Oh yeah.
Sneak it on out, force them to have some form of pact.
Yeah, kids force negation can't stop this. They have to like solitude it,
Mm-hmm.
which they can just like land do that, but. I think that's their play here. Worst, yeah, okay. Huh?
Yep. Exactly that.
I
Does Solitude say it can't be countered?
Solitude says it's a creature.
Non-creature spell, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a 6/6, so that's pretty solid.
This is also a Grave Titan.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. You're allowed to just grab Field of the... Sorry, I keep forgetting. Prime Time is any land in your deck. You can just grab Field of the Dead with it.
I drink a lot of Lineage of the Hit creatures. Nah. Field of the Dead and
Rainforest, so you can just grab another land and get the trigger.
Raging Ravine. It comes in tapped.
Fair.
I'll pick up Raging Ravine as a offensive threat. Anyway.
Combining Prime Time and Grave Titan into a single card. Whoa.
The Grave Evil Titan. Yeah, this is I love it when Primeval Titan comes with 2/2/2s.
I think that's the Medieval Titan, but specifically in reference to the PS1 games.
Yeah.
Grime Time.
Okay.
Okay, understandable. Earnestly.
Have a nice day.
I get it.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going Minx and Boo here.
Minskin Boo's -2 is a weird fling?
Yes.
Okay.
And if it flings Minx and Boo, you like win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you draw 4 cards and gain 4 and deal 4 damage. So they're looking at Mystic Confluence, trying to figure out how to best use it here. They need to spend 2 of the 3 modes on countering Minx. That's what they're thinking about here, which means they either bounce Solitude or draw a card. God, okay, oh, I guess Venser... Oh, Venser's like bouncing Solitude because you could bounce Solitude later with it. Okay. Alright, then let's get another Reliquary down.
I respect the hell out of your opponent just forcing you into doing, this is the full counter, like this is the full control suite going on almost.
Yeah. The thing I'm happy about right here, is that like
Wasteland's gone and they have Field of the Dead, and you have Field of the Dead out.
I'm happy about that too. I was just gonna say that I'm happy about the fact that I've called, I think, every single play out of our opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that I know what's going on here makes me feel a lot better about our position. Like,
yeah, that ring doesn't do anything either. Loran's in hand.
I don't care, Loran. They can't Venser here, so.
Yep, no double blue.
Ooh, let's first that.
No, they have double blue. They just they don't have 3, right?
Yeah, they need 4 for.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite rarely used creature type in Magic? Still extant because those cards still exist, kind of thing,
Yeah. Are they killing Layla here?
Valid. Understandable. Trilobite. Mm-hmm. Mine is Sand.
I like Island Fish.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like it's fetchable, but it's not.
Good old Island Fish Jesconius.
See, I thought they were going for swords. I thought they were going for swords to plow there. No, they targeted Recall.
Oh. Kind of spooky in and of itself. Implies that they have a pretty that they don't care about your board at all.
They exiled the Wrath of God to Solitude in the previous game.
Mm-hmm. You want giant to be a class type instead of a race type. That's understandable.
I think I'm just passing. Like, I can lure him, but I feel like that's an overcommit.
Given that you saw that they have Wrath of God, yeah, I understand. Yeah, probably.
Like, I'm the one sitting here with, like, you know, zombie tokens coming out every time I draw a land. Hand is Venser, 7 unknowns. Monger, ooh. I don't know why Mystic Confluence is doing that.
Okay.
Alright, so we lose our third path. But we get a
Get a 3/3
a
flyer.
3/3 flyer. Alright.
Honestly, not that bad of a trade.
Well, opponent has Venser.
Okay, yeah, fair. Then just gonna grab the Drake back. To Fairy.
Alright. Bounce Drake. Draw a card. Draw a card, okay. I want my opponent to attack. They won't, but if they did, they'd like lose on the spot. Okay. Don't hate it. Our opponent's been like very exacting on their mana usage, so I think I'm just gonna go over there and beat up Teferi. Worth noting that Spiritmonger is neither Spirit nor Monger. The Windfish is neither wind. Ford is neither wind nor fish. Um. This is a little bit me trying to bait out the Wrath. I know I don't have a lot to follow it up with, but I still control Raging Ravine.
Don't worry, they're gonna play something first and then follow up with the Wrath, and they won't have the mana to pay for Mana Tithe.
They get their free attack here.
Mm-hmm.
Planes off the top. I won't block that. Because it's a 4/4 right now. Play the land. Venser. Venser targeting Gilded Drake. Gilded Drake for Knight. Ooh, nice. All right. I think I'm just going 3 in the air. And I'm also fine using Loran for card draw because our opponent's way up on advantage. There's no, like, drawback there. Combat Layla first. Ooh, a lot of cards. Okay. They might run out of cards. Loran to put you on 8 in hand? Yes, I get it, opponent. You've got the... They keep doing it. Oh, okay. Oh, my God. Vanilla click. I didn't see it coming. What were the odds? Oh, 100%. That's weird. Did they just say no? Oh, that's terrifying.
Owned by Sly09.
You might wonder why I'm chumping instead of, like, actually killing this. It's because I legitimately think we're winning this by deck out.
Mm. You actually want it on the board because it
keeps exile. It's
in
not
their deck more.
Yeah, they might use Knight. They might use some of their other... Okay, it looks like they're finally going to play... Yep.
Oh, hello. I mean, good to see it, honestly.
Hey, buddy. All right, how you doing?
At this point, that's... Yeah, it could put some more cards in their hand that could kill us, but at the same time, it puts more cards in their hand in that it removes cards from their deck.
Oh, I probably shouldn't do that too much, huh?
Oh, cards get exiled. That's a good point, yeah. Huh. You have a counter ooze card in your deck that is currently being played against you. The deck that has ooze in it. That's funny.
They have to discard 2 here.
They're at 8 cards left in deck. You can force them to deck out in 4 turns. Hold up. They've already replayed the end of this, so recall with the Snapcaster, right?
Yeah, they snapped it.
I was just going to say, man, it would be extremely funny to take advantage of the fact that Ancestral Recall says the words target player.
Oh my God.
Yo. Mana-tithed. Get tasked, loser.
Got him!
Yeah!
Oh!
I love it. That's the best. Oh. Oh, so good. So
Counter.
unbelievably good. Ally of Zendikar.
Mm-hmm. Ah, shit.
Well, okay. So this is the
Ah, shit.
this is problematic because this is when they figure it out.
Yeah, I needed them to not be doing this. That would have been the best mana tithe in the history of the game.
If it worked, because they packed to beat the Mana Tithe. God, I'm in love with that play though.
Yeah, the problem is 7 in the air.
Which I mean, you can Karmic Guide to get a flyer, and
Yes.
okay, that's actually great,
Yeah, I'm actually.
right? Like
Yeah.
that rules for us.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Why did they do that?
Wait a minute. Why'd you wrath?
That didn't make any sense. Is Mystic Confluence in their?
Yeah.
Does Mystic Confluence say target player?
No.
Dang. It just says draw a card. Sure, that's understandable. No, this isn't Till Concede. I think our opponent
We're
just
winning.
yeah. No, I don't think that they were saying that we Till Concede. That our opponent is doing it, and I don't think that that's the case either. I think that they're panicking. I think is what it is actually.
Yeah, they're running out of resources.
This is a Marvel Snap bot, I think. Probably overconfident at the time when that might be the case, but it's not going to happen because I've seen you play Speed Magic on MTGO.
They also like need another wrath.
Mm. What a confusing play.
Anyway, they're dead here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gideon Draw. Sure, that keeps you alive. All creatures have to attack Gideon.
Caracas. All right. Batter Skull. That is a life gain source.
Nope.
That dies to Ember Shieldbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I see what their follow up is here, I suppose. It was that okay, draw everyone to attack Gideon, block something with Batter Skull, and
Okay, can you do it again?
Other Gideon.
Sure.
All right. Okay, not enough.
So this is me playing around Cryptic Command
Mm-hmm.
as a heads up on why I'm not activating my manland. So I don't want to turn my creature land on. That Wrath made no sense.
That was the
So
worst Wrath I've seen
no,
in a long time.
I think the Wrath was because I think they were scared of the deck out,
They may have
or
been
maybe
because
just
they actually
or the timeout, right?
didn't-
Like,
yeah, or they wanted the timeout on you. Although honestly, I don't know why they would Wrath to got the timeout. Like
yeah,
having more things
'cause
for you to play with makes the game take
yeah.
longer on
One,
your
one
end.
of one of the issues there is that like they couldn't have Wrath for Elish non-lethal because like post blockers we have like post Wrath we had like two creatures.
Two
right?
things left. But one of them was Loran, I
Loran
guess. And
was
that
Loran.
they were scared of Loran, I guess.
I think because they actually did have a problem with decking. Like they had
What?
they had like 7 cards left
like,
in deck. Maybe we got them. I don't know. Like maybe they mentioned
Yeah.
Gideon and misclicked. I don't.
There's a bunch of different reasons why it could have been, but obviously everyone is clear and aware that Wrath was a terrible play.
Yeah, they had like 2 7/7s on the board. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't Wrath, they beat us in the air with 7 power of flyers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad for it.
Yeah, that spell queller actually made the Wrath even worse
Well,
because it gave you the Lilica back.
one of the cool things about the Wrath killing the Spellcaller and giving me the Direfleet Daredevil is that I got to Daredevil targeting this weird confluence that is having some problems, and Daredevil is like Snapcaster in that it says you can play it this turn. They still had like 6 mana left over, but they couldn't commit anything else anymore because I had a Mystic Confluence on there. So even if they were holding like the Gideon for post Wrath, I would counter it. So they had to wait a full turn to play it, and then I had refilled with a hand and played Haste Creature.
Just so you know, I'm furiously gesturing at this Exile Zone of Mystic Confluence and Ancestral Recall, and you played Mystic Confluence as Ancestral Recall, and it costs 6 compared to the 1 that Ancestral Recall costs.
All right, well, this is going. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. I do think that was the worst Wrath I have seen personally, ever. For actual like material results afterwards of having done it. Yeah, I was really hoping to have the recall gets to do that too, but actually they had already played recall on themselves twice. Does really go to show how resilient this deck is though once the long game starts up, right? Like you out survived a heavy Esper, like a heavy Esper control deck.
Yes. Oh, and while I was in there, Presnark, thanks for the sub. I missed that one in there. I'm fighting against Snoga, the third tier snow spell.
Snoga Villiersga. Well, Matt Courier, huh?
Well,
it's a card that's unassumingly good.
We have Lauren to just pop it. Wish you'd been able to steal recall and make... Yeah, that would have been really cool. Alright, take Lauren. God, Lauren's good. You want to discard your hand? Alright, we stomping. Alright, that means I know they're 3. Oh no!
Stuck on 2 in Vintage Cube in mono red. Oh no.
Okay, will they burn? So there's a window where if they had a bolt, they could have burned Minx before I got to plus because of the triggered ability. However...
Very strange Walker.
Like, imagine if Koth had the ability to also draw 4 cards and deal 4 damage.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good. And yeah, that's understandable. They're just gonna go and take it.
I was gonna say, well, because my next turn is pump this to a 7/7, and I also have Fury back.
Yeah.
Why is the funny hamster walker so pushed? That's like...
Being completely honest, I actually can tell you exactly why that's the case. Advertising for Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's why.
I'm gonna put in Parallax Wave because I feel like that's good here. What do I not want?
As far as I'm aware, Minsk is like the only part of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 that's going to be in 3. Like the only character from it, as far as I know.
It is a tough hamster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. Pretty happy about what this looks like.
Okay, what's their choice? What did they see out of you? Yeah, okay, fair.
Just flat name Mixaboo the time. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that they saw.
Is that the right Mixaboo?
So, Timeless Heroes is the right one. Yeah.
Okay. There's 2 of them, right?
That's not the creature. Yeah, that's not the creature version of Minsk. Yeah, seeing Titania against a mono red player is pretty nice.
Yeah, especially like when we're holding a Scalding Tarn.
Mm-hmm.
Like 4 toughness also is like, thank you.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm in.
And 4 toughness is the sweet spot when playing against red. So
sure. So of course the idea here is that I can like fetch next turn.
Yeah, gain 1 instead of lose 1, and
go get like a Triome or something. Karmic Guide to pick up Titania would also be fine. Field of the Dead is almost here. Oh God! All right, that's you got it, boss. It's
that's Char.
It's Char.
Mr. Asnable has entered the building.
Blame the circumstances of your birth. Well,
I came here to laugh at you.
okay.
They don't want to do I feel like it makes a lot of sense for them to not do Universes Beyond characters as planeswalkers. Um, versus, D&D is allowed to do it because it's a wizard's own property kind of thing.
You would have to have like a, yeah. That would only work for very specific styles of Universe Beyond characters.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I get to Elish Norn next turn. Unless I draw Mox. In which case, I'm a genius. I don't hate you. You get to play a braid out of the art if I need to. That's pretty nice. All right. Okay. Yeah, so our opponent's gonna try to burn us down here, huh? Luckily, I can sack Horizon Canopy for some more life here, and Karmic Guide can just block, without. Oh yeah, sure, Wasteland me. Oh no, we getting Glorybringer. Damn, they get to recast Char. All right. Every zombie will die on every page. Okay, so I get to block Abbott. Oh. I'll block. Cool. Anyway. I also have Direfleet Daredevil, flashback Direfleet Daredevil. Is this Metamorph? Oh, no. Wait, no, that's fine. Never mind. I don't care. That's actually cool and good. So, when you have dueling Hellish Norns, the way it works is that they both minus each other, but every other creature becomes neutral. The problem here is that my opponent has a braid in their graveyard. Game! All right. We shall return to data. That was a really good play, though. Having the anti. This is one of the best ways to like offset an Elish Norn without having to kill it. Like especially for a deck that's like mono red. Mono red's gonna have really few ways of dealing with 7 toughness. So this like offsets it, and then maybe they can go ahead and fly over me. But Sweet. This deck whipped. Just wildly fun. I don't know how to. Like, I'm trying to see. Did we didn't get to do Omnath Landfall shenanigans. We did get to at least play Omnath, have it cycle, and then get answered. Primeval Titan was wildly strong when we have Field of the Dead and Raging Ravine for tutorable threats. Reasonably happy with Ephemerate. Like, it doesn't look like it does a lot here, but like dodging removal and also rebuying things is nice. I think we only had it on rebuy Loran, and we could threaten rebuy Daredevil, but that's still a lot. The Mana Tithe is absolutely. I might want to clip that one because goddamn, I was super excited to get it with a Mana Tithe and then get 2 for 1 with the Force of Negations. Just beautiful.
I stepped away and I see it's already over, huh?
So we played Elish Norn. They played Metamorph copy Elish Norn, which is a real answer.
Impressive.
And then I Direfleet Daredevil target their Abrade to destroy target artifact, and gone. They're out. They just leave on the spot. So, Minx, like, we didn't get to show off how powerful this card is. It ended that one game really quickly, though. And then Ren and 6, like, probably 2 of the games alone was like Ren and 6. Like, the fact that like Ren and 6 is like cool card advantage with Faithless Looting and our draw lands. We didn't do any cycling, but our fetches as well. And then like, yeah, this was missing like a ramp piece, but damn, you know. Anyway, but yeah, so that's Vintage Cube. I'm glad we got to end it on something really fun and different, and we basically got to have most of our cards do something in all the matches. Titania, in multiple games, Titania was like pretty key. Like, I'm impressed, and I wonder, like, it's weird because like in like a standard format, it's gonna be really hard to make this very useful because you don't have any fetch lands or anything like that. And like, you know, modern a 3/4 body like that just ain't doing it. So this is like a nice place for Titania to like be usable, even though it's probably not on the level of Vintage Cube. More of like a like, you know, legacy level threat. But anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thank y'all for joining. Thanks, Doc, for jumping on in and for the host.
Yeah, no problem. I always have a good old time with it. So
yeah, thank you to Loon for the raid as well. Thank you everybody for the sub. Thank you everybody for just being here, having a good time with the draft. Glad you're all here. If you want to catch more, you know, guys follow. But yeah, Other Titania is another card that would be like great in this deck too. The 5/3 that makes 5/3s.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that'll be it. Tomorrow is Dragon Warrior Wednesday. We'll be continuing Dragon Warrior 3 now that we've picked up the Thieves Key. I think it was the Thieves Key. Maybe it was the Magic Key. One of the second key. We have a ton of new areas to go check out, and we can go to Portugal. So that'll be fun.
Do love to go to Portugal, Dragon Warrior.
All right. Thank y'all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.